Thank you for joining me to chat with Mr. C.S. Lewis to hear some of his meaningful insights on this journey called life. Welcome to Seraphim Life, Mr. Lewis. I'm so thankful to have this time with you today. I have always admired your ability to capture profound truths about both heaven and earth. As a watcher of human beings myself, I have found incredible joy and frustration in my journey. Life on earth is not for the weak of heart.
Ah, Seraphim, the honor is mine. You are indeed correct. Life on earth is no easy path. It is, as you say, not for the weak of heart. Yet, it is within that very struggle that we find the seeds of growth, of endurance, and of divine purpose. You see, I have often thought that our earthly trials are, in a way, tools of refinement. As I've written, hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. There is joy, yes, even in the midst of frustration. For what greater triumph can there be than to rise above one's circumstances, to press on in faith despite the storms? To walk this world is to tread a shadowland where pain and beauty intermingle, pointing always toward a reality that is more solid, more glorious than anything we see here. It is a place of becoming, not merely being, and for that reason it is both wondrous and taxing. And yet, joy does not mean the absence of pain. It is, as I have described, the serious business of heaven, a whisper of what awaits beyond the veil. I think you, with your celestial perspective, might agree that it is this tension, this duality, that makes the earthly journey so profound, so deeply valuable.
It is both a blessing and a challenge to walk earth. I see the beauty of God's creation in every sunrise and in the resilience of humanity, but I also witness their struggles, their doubts, their misguidance, and their yearning for something more, something eternal that some understand and others don't. How did you, as a human being, manage to convey such eternal truths through your writing?
I suppose I wrote what I saw. Life here is a shadow of the life to come, yet it's filled with hints of glory. My task was to help others see those hints. The sweetest thing in all my life has been the longing to find the place where all this beauty came from.
That is an exceptional description of the human journey to faith, Mr. Lewis. I can only marvel at the countless lives you have pointed towards heaven with your beautiful words. But tell me, do you think humanity truly grasps the connection between their lives here and the one that follows?
Some do, Seraphim, but many are blinded by the noise of the world. Aslan, the Christ figure I wrote of, was my attempt to remind them. He represented a bridge between their world and the divine.
And what would you say to those who struggle to see beyond their earthly troubles?
I would tell them to look for joy, not mere happiness, and that deep, abiding joy that points beyond itself, the one that is God. As I've said, if we find ourselves with a desire that nothing in this world can satisfy, the most probable explanation is that we were made for another world.
Wise words, Mr. Lewis. Heaven, as I know it, is a realm of boundless love and transcendent beauty. But humanity's journey to get there is filled with many questions and confusing trials. What gave you the hope to persevere in your faith, Mr. Lewis?
Hope, for me, came from the understanding that Christ's sacrifice was not just a theological concept, but a reality that changes everything. It's like Aslan's resurrection in Narnia, a reminder that death is not the end, but just the beginning.
And what a powerful reminder it is. As I walk among humanity, I see their potential and their resilience, but the confusion of who God is and humanity's desire to glorify all that is not God really concerns me. If they only knew the truth without doubt, they would know there's nothing else to live for. I want them to see things from my unworldly perspective. I want them to be excited, to live lives that are heaven-bound.
and I, through my writings, sought to do the same. It seems we share the same mission, and through our stories we can each reach and inspire more people to find joy in their earthly journey and a desire to seek God in that journey. Seraphim, what do you hope your journey among humans will accomplish?
I hope to remind them that they are loved beyond measure, that their struggles are not in vain, and that they are part of a grand universe with God as their creator. I want them to see their lives through the lens of heaven. I want them to know the truth and not a bad translation of the truth, because life on earth is but a stepping stone to heaven. Perhaps if they see their lives through my eyes, they will want to do as much as possible to spread God's love and not selfish desires. I want their purpose to reflect God's will for their lives. I want them to know that earthly gain is not worth the destruction of their fellow humans. They talk about peace and then harm their neighbor. It is something God's angels will never understand or desire for them.
A noble goal indeed. Perhaps together, through your presence and my words, we can inspire many to look beyond the temporal and embrace the eternal.
It has been my honor to talk with you, Mr. Lewis. I hope many will join us in this ongoing conversation by finding the fingerprints of the Creator in the fabric of our daily lives. We welcome believers and seekers at Seraphim Life. Come along with us in discovering God through a simple, pure, and otherworldly perspective. Be not alone. Join us to continue this journey together.